What's up, guys? So here we are at one of my favorite spots here in Dallas, Jose on Lovers, and honored today to have with me Mr. Carlos Camarena himself, master distiller at La Altena. If you followed the page for any amount of time, you're no stranger to El Tesoro Tequila. Carlos, welcome to Dallas.
Thank you very much.
So I guess we have some fun stuff planned today. We have a couple tequilas over here to taste. One specifically that has been a previously featured tequila of the week. And then a real treat, not yet released. We have the new El Tesoro Extra Anejo that we will be tasting live with the man himself here today. Carlos, how's your time been in Dallas, and tell us about how your trip's been so far.
Well, so far so good. I mean, a very quick trip to visit different markets. So I just arrived here on Sunday night, visiting some accounts and having a very nice special Tesoro dinner last night. So far so good. Excited to be here. And
Excellent.
Thank you for having me, and thank you to all of the audience for being here, hearing what we have to say and talk a little bit about tequila.
Perfect. Pretty special treat for me today, having Mr. Camarena himself over here. Little backstory, probably been I fell in love with tequila, or found my interest in tequila probably about 7 years ago. For the first year or two, I was drinking and enjoying all the regular stuff and the big name brands that you've probably seen on every bar shelf anywhere you travel in the country. But this tequila right here, about a year and a half into my journey, that when I tasted, absolutely started my love affair with agave spirits. So the El Tesoro 70th Anniversario was celebrating the 70th anniversary of La Altena Distillery. Carlos, maybe it'd be cool if you could tell everyone watching a little bit more about the distillery, the history of the distillery, and why, what makes La Altena so special.
Absolutely, with pleasure. Well, actually, the distillery was founded 82 years ago on July 7, 1937, by my grandfather, Don Felipe Camarena. That was actually the second distillery in our family. I mean, we have 5 generations of background growing agave and producing tequila. The first distillery, of course, was destroyed during Mexican Revolution, and right after that, we had the Cristeros War. So the distillery got abandoned, was made of adobe, so it came crashing down. And in 1937, my grandfather decided to build a new distillery and start producing tequila there. And that is La Altena, but again, currently it is 82 years old. So to celebrate 70 years, we had this tequila, which actually came from the best agave field that we have ever had at that moment. The agave had 37% sugar content, which it was mind-blowing. And so we produced that tequila, and my father decided to keep it aside and eventually decided what to do with it. Of course, we filled some barrels and we kind of left it there to sleep in the cellar, and we forgot about it. A few years later, unfortunately, my father passed away. So when the 70th anniversary was coming, I decided to look what had happened with that tequila, because my father wanted to do something special with it. So for me to honor his memory, I said, okay, let's use that tequila to celebrate our anniversary. And what it was mind-blowing, it is the fact that actually our anniversary came on 7/7/7. Also, the 70 years were on July 7, on the year 07. And then the sugar content of this agave was 37%, right? The distillery was founded on 37 too. So again, another coincidence. And then we were actually pulling the tequila out of the barrels, and I was very scared. A week prior to the big party that we were doing for celebrating our anniversary, I was afraid that the alcohol content would come lower from 80 proof, because we started aging that up fairly above 80 proof. So when we started taking all of this tequila out of the barrels and I was measuring the alcohol content, and then I saw that it was 80 proof exactly, I said, okay, good, thank God. We started bottling that, and then at the end of the day, we end up with 12,424 bottles, something like that, 2007, 6-bottle packs. So again, the year 2007, to celebrate these 2007 cases, everything was kind of such a big coincidence that I started thinking that there was no such a thing. One might be a coincidence, two might be a coincidence, three, maybe. But 7 different coincidences, I said, no. Wherever my father, my grandfather are, they are playing some trick on me. And therefore, this 70th anniversary tequila is so special for us. Because to me, it was a proof that whatever they were having a good party, also celebrating, and that they were playing jokes on me in order to make everything to coincide. Exactly. So
I love it. Well, I'll drink to that. We have some right there. Salute. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you in Dallas.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's it right there. Arguably one of my favorite. I know I went to some great lengths earlier this year to get my hands on 3 bottles of this, and I have it at home. And I regularly talk about how this might be one of my favorite tequilas of all time. Most likely is. And before I heard your story, I didn't know anything about that. But I think it's really funny that my whole life growing up until I was 18, I thought I was going to be a professional soccer player. And my number was 7, and it was my lucky number, and it's still been my lucky number. And then when I started my professional golf career for a short-lived 4 or 5 years, I actually had specially made Titleist golf balls with number 7 on them because it was my lucky number. So hearing that story from you is pretty ironic that this ends up being my favorite tequila, but an absolute beauty right there, and I'm lucky to have my hands on a bit of it. So, Carlos, I'm super excited. Not only did you come visit us in Dallas, but you brought along a gift, something pretty special that I've been excited about for a few months now since I found out about it. But your brand new Extra Anejo, El Tesoro Extra Anejo. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
We're just about to launch this. As you know, with El Tesoro we have an Extra Anejo, which is Paradiso. But it is a very limited edition, as we can produce only 1 batch of that tequila every 5 years. So therefore, again, very limited, and we wanted to be able to reach out to more consumers with a very high quality tequila. One of the things that my father liked to do when he was alive, it was just kind of stacking tequila into barrels. So we had a lot of barrels at the moment that he passed away. We had a lot of barrels full of tequila. So this is part of that. Actually, this tequila was distilled probably at around 2000. And then it was sitting in a stainless steel tank for probably another 15, 16 years. And finally, now we are about to be able to release it to the market. Again, as an Extra Añejo with about the same aging of the Paradiso. The Paradiso, we use French oak, previously used cognac barrels. And for this Extra Añejo, we use American oak, previously used bourbon barrels. So it is 4 to 5 years of aging in those previously used bourbon barrels. And I mean, the people that have already tasted it, everybody loves it. I love it. I hope that you will enjoy it. And also, if you have the chance to taste it, I know that you will love it.
I'm very excited. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. So how long? Yeah. So how long is it aged in the bourbon barrels?
4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years. We already sent a sample to participate on the ISC, the International Spirits Challenge, and it became official yesterday that we already got a double gold award on this. And as far as I know, it is the first time that the ISC awards a double gold. So we're in good hands. We're about to launch this. Already the awards are there, the tequila is there, and I hope that you will enjoy it.
Very excited. Salute, my friend. Thank you very much. This is a treat.
Let's try it and see what you think about this.
That's wonderful. really, really nice. There's the oak presence is right on the front end. So obviously you can tell it's been aged. It's an aged tequila. I was blind testing it. But the agave flavor and the agave sweetness is on the front end of it, and the peppery and earthy tones I'm getting on the back end of the taste, but it's just subtle enough. Really nice for an extra añejo. I love an extra añejo that still tastes like a tequila. I think I speak about it regularly on the page. If the barrels, people use certain barrels and the tequila ends up just tasting like whatever was in the barrel before it. Right. And you lose the characteristics of the tequila. You can't find the agave. There's not enough pepper and earthy flavors in the tequila. This is ideal. I mean, really tastes similar to the 70th that I love, with a little less floral, maybe not quite as rich, but an absolute gem. I'm excited to have this on shelves. And you said it's being released in September?
September, yes.
So there we go, guys. This is a first taste, El Tesoro Extra Anejo. Hasn't been released yet, coming out in September. I can tell you personally, you're gonna enjoy this. So mark the calendars, September. This is something you gotta get your hands on. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Honor to drink this. So, Carlos, I know you are, outside of just blue agave, you're enthusiastic about the actual agave, growing it, agave from all over the place, all different varieties and species. You're very hands-on. In fact, I could probably get you to come over to my house a little later on and tell me why I can't get my blue agave to stay alive in Dallas, but okay. We'll get there. Maybe if after a couple more drinks, I might be able to convince you. I know one big thing about the distillery is that you guys are very big on everything being handcrafted, right? And so every step along the process, there's a human involved, and there's a handcrafted aspect to it. So, tell us a little bit about that, and tell everyone a little bit about that.
Yeah, actually, I mean, all of our process, as I was saying, it is very, very traditional. Therefore, everything is done by hand, from harvesting the agave, cutting the agave in halves, loading the ovens, everything is done by hand, crushing the agave with the tahona, fermenting, distilling. There's always a human being involved in every step of the process. Even going beyond that a little bit, it is the fact that everything gets bottled and labeled by hand. I know that a machinery could do this faster and more efficiently, but we think about our social sustainability, social responsibility. The people that it is working at the distillery, it is from the same families that have been with us for up to 3 and 4 generations, the same founding families, and therefore we are I would say, the source of job and income for them. If we replace those people from a machinery, there's no social responsibility there, because we are getting rid of these people that has been with us in the good times, in bad times, in every moment. So the way to pay them back is to say, I will give you some job, do this by hand. I don't care if it will cost me more, but I owe you that, and I owe your family that responsibility, and therefore we keep on being a family business, meaning it is not just because it is family owned. It is because it is the same families that keeps on working generation after generation, producing this tequila. To me, that is the real meaning of a family business.
I love it. That's great. And hearing that, it makes it even more impressive that I say regularly on my page. I think El Tesoro is maybe the most consistent tequila I've experienced in my 7 or so years of being into agave spirits and tequila. And when I say that, I mean there's a lot of brands where maybe the Reposado is very good, but their Blanco is okay, and I don't like their Extra Anejo. And there's many brands that, I try it one time and I really enjoy it, but a few years later at a different part of the world, I try supposedly the same tequila and it doesn't quite taste the same. El Tesoro for me over the last 6 or so years has just been consistently good throughout every expression. It's the reason I always recommend it to you guys at home, my friends and family. It's also the reason why I don't have a ton of it at home, is because it gets drank all the time, a lot. But when you take that into consideration and then you factor in that there's such a human element to it, which is usually associated with inconsistency. It's pretty impressive, and I really love it. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed our little chat today. This is really special for me. Like I said, this is the tequila that started it all for me, that started this crazy journey to where it is now. September 2019, keep a lookout for the brand new El Tesoro Extra Anejo. If you are lucky enough to find this gem in the wild somewhere, grab it. By all means, trust me, or if you don't want it, send me a DM. I want it. Let me know where I can find more of it. There we go. Really an honor to have a chance to chat to you today, Carlos. Thank you for signing this bottle of Añejo for me over here. And I think what I'll do is I'll send up a post at some point in the next couple of days, but kind of playing it forward and sharing the love. I think we'll do a giveaway for this signed bottle on the page at some point in the next couple days. But I hope you have a wonderful time in Dallas. Absolute pleasure getting to chat with you. And to all you guys out there, keep wondering, drink Mexican, and hopefully we'll see you soon on Tequila Talks. Salud.
Cheers. Salud.